part of this program. And of course, Fenotet Web and others who have organized this program, to so we can celebrate Meseret's work today. I have known Meseret for more than 20 years. He has been a very good friend, close friend. And I also had the privilege of working with, not working, but volunteering with him and for him on few projects. And the first being when Meseret was working with Braille workers. I don't know how many of you know that there is Amharic Bible in Braille. I don't know how many of you know that, but Meseret was one of the people who helped proofread Amharic Bible in Braille. Just another information for you. Of course, the last thing that I have volunteered for Meseret was this book that we are here, that we are gathered to celebrate. I have volunteered on this book for the last probably 5-6 years. And it's been a pleasure every time. Like Krista said, by the way, it was really nice seeing you for the first time. He has been saying a lot of things about you. Just by the title, the subtitle of the book, 100 Years of History, one can imagine how many of research and information that one has to gather to write such a book. 100 years, from King Menelik to King Haile Selassie to President Mengistu to the late Prime Minister Meles Zenawi. He had to gather all that information, where information from Ethiopia, where information is not readily available to you at your fingertips. It's not as if you can Google the information, right? It's not as if you can call your librarian. You would probably know it's not as if you can call your librarian and say, I need a copy of this book. It's not as easy as that. But I can tell you that Meseret, after such, he had to go through a lot, I'm sure, to gather all that information. But I can tell you that he had copies and copies and copies of information that he had brought from back home. Copies from original newspapers, Adi Zaman, the first Adi Zaman newspaper. Okay. He had copies of the first copy of Brahman Nasalam, Ainro. He had copies and copies of information, all in Amharic. And at the same time, he had original books, Ethiopian books. It could be historical books, it could be autobiographical books, it could be memoir, it could be handwritten letters that were specifically written to him on behalf of this book or the research that he's doing. So my small part in this was to take all this information that he had and put it on tape for him, so it will be easily available to him. So that was my small part. I have seen his dedication on this book. I know that, like Eden was saying that he's perfectionist. I know that whenever I say Nugus Nagas, he would correct me every single time. It should be Nugusa Nagas. Every single time, and I keep on repeating the same mistake, but anyway. And I know that he wanted the book to be written with excellence. When I say that, from the content of the book to the cover of the book, he wanted everything to be excellent. And as you can see, and I can attest to the content of the book, it's academic book, but still it's something that everybody or everyone should. With that, I am privileged and honored and humbled to be part of this. Even it's a small part, but I'm humbled. He has left a legacy not only to us here, but for the coming generation. And I'm humbled by all. Thank you.
much for that, Krista and Degete. Last but not least, we have Colleen Callahan, who will, again, share with you guys some of her experiences.